Hello and welcome back to another episode of
Unconditional
Hotmess with your hosts,
Rhonda.
And, well, what do you also know
Hotmess Mama. So sorry, guys.
and myself, Haley, also known as the Haley.
Again, I want to be like, also known as
Hotmess
Haley.
No, that's just my mental state every day of my life.
That was good.
You know, I just can't help it.
Oh, it's been a week, guys, which we kind of touched on in last episode.
Yes, we're filming 2 back-to-back in case you can't tell by our samesies outfits as the last episode.
But only if you're on YouTube. But if you're...
No, it has the video on Spotify.
Yeah, that's right. My bad. Did you click that button yet? Are you subscribed on our YouTube channel? Are you following us on Spotify?
If not, you should do those things now, and we will greatly appreciate you forever.
It will help Haley's mental health.
Honestly, probably yes.
Right? We've got goals for 2024, one of which is getting everything monetized.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got goals for Haley to be doing things.
AKA to have better mental health.
Yes. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to this.
If you guys cannot hear that on the microphones, we can hear it on our headphones through the microphones. But in case you cannot, it's my mom rubbing her pants. And if you do hear it, the noise is my mom rubbing her pants and her sweatshirt.
Okay, I don't know why, but I'm like, that is so cool.
It makes my ears itchy.
Well, I think because my ears suck and they don't work that good, that when I can actually hear everything going on. Okay, story time. Are we surprised? Probably not. This one time, I went to the doctor's, and he checked my ears, and he did this thing called, like, an ear cleaner.
Okay.
And he shot water into my ear and declogged it. And I didn't know I was that clogged. Like, I don't know what came out of the cup. I don't want to know what came out of the cup. Into the cup, whatever. Anyways, by the time it was done, I sat there and I was like, I can hear. And I rubbed my hands on my pants. And I was like, do you hear that? And he's like, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And I was
Mom.
like, I couldn't hear that before. And he's like, oh my God, you were really clogged up.
So was that from because you were a flight attendant?
Yeah, and I have really bad allergies. So everything was...
collecting in your ears.
Yeah, good fun times. So I think that's why when I hear so well, because I busted, if you guys didn't know, like Haley said, I was a flight attendant before in my former life. And...
It was a life that I was in, so not very former, actually.
But it was before they knew how bad my allergies were and everything. And I blew out my eardrums because I had like chronic sinus infections and ear infection. I was just a mess because I was allergic to everywhere we would fly. And on top of those hotels that they put you in, they always are like cruddier hotels. And so the AC units are never cleaned.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know it to see it. You don't really smell it, but that's what the allergy doctor told me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
fun.
when I say I can't hear well, it's because I've blown out my eardrums from work. So, yeah. Fun fact, I don't like confrontation and I'm not good at quitting jobs. How are you at quitting jobs?
I'm a people pleaser. So I put in my 2+ weeks, and then when I do that, and they're like, no, please stay. I do. And then I try and put in my 2 weeks again. They're like, oh, please, we'll give you a raise. So I stay. And then I
See,
try
your brother
again.
does that.
Yes, but that's the only job he's ever had.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's happened to me with, like, multiple jobs.
See, that's good, though. You're good and responsible, though, that you at least put in 2 weeks. Ask me if I've ever done that.
You've never put in a 2 weeks ever?
I'm trying to think. I mean, I think I did when I was a nanny and probably a flight attendant. And then I just fade away like a fart in the wind on every other job. Like, okay, the reason I brought this up.
This is so unresponsible.
I'm very. It's because I hate confrontation, and how you just said that they'll be like, "Oh, but we love
Please
you.
stay,
Well,
don't
please stay. We'll
leave."
give you a raise." I even though I'm like I can't do it, I don't want to stay. I don't even want that conversation. I don't want to hear what you have to tell me. If I'm leaving and I'm quitting, I'm done. I'm done.
That makes sense.
You know, well, so it came up because my youngest had gone to work, and there was a coworker that was also supposed to be there and had left in the middle of the shift and never came back. And people were like, oh my God.
I've
like,
had coworkers do that before.
I have been that
manager.
coworker. Yeah. Oh, a manager? I wasn't a manager, but so they were telling me about this, and like the person never came back, and everybody was calling to make sure. And I said, oh, I did that before, and they actually called the police on me for a well check.
When you worked at the jewelry store?
Yes, you remember?
Yes.
and my youngest was like, no way, Mom. I was like, actually, we were sitting around the table because I would work on the days that your dad had you guys.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, got off my shift early, aka went for lunch and never came back. And he was like, okay, fine, come get them. So I picked up all three of them. We go back home, we're eating or whatever around the kitchen table, and I get a knock at the door, and it's the police.
Was it the same day the police came?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It
didn't
was
know
like
that.
my lunch break had ended.
I feel
And
like my microphone is a little bit quieter. I don't know why though.
yeah, we probably have to turn
I
you
just
up.
think it's the heat. I don't know. I think it'll be fine,
But anyways, we get a knock on the door, and I open it, and sure enough, there's the cops. And he calls me by name, and I'm like, that's me. Is something wrong? He is such and such from such and such place, called and wanted to check in on you, make sure you were fine, because you never came back to work. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm fine. Actually, can you tell him I quit?
I will not be back there.
And the cop was like, are you serious? I said, yes, sir, officer. I'm serious. Please let them know I will not be back other than to pick up my last paycheck. That's how I quit that job. Yeah.
I would have an immense amount of guilt.
Nope. Zero. They weren't busy. I mean, if it was like insane, there was enough of us. Like, nobody was screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the place ended up shutting down anyways, and that had nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. They didn't sell stuff. It was boring, and I have ADHD, and you can't just expect me to stand there with my feet hurting, bored out of my mind. Like, that's on them.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay.
Yeah, so, and then there was another time that I worked at a pizza place. Again, that was so
my
boring.
Mom, I remember being a kid, and everyone would be like, my parent does this, and my parent does this, and my parent used to work here, and blah, 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 blah. I feel like you've had a lot of jobs.
Not while I had you guys.
No, I know.
But yeah, prior to having
like
you guys,
in
I
your
did.
life, because I remember I used to ask my mom when I was a kid, I'd be like, name every job you ever had. And I feel like you would name off at least 10.
Oh, probably, yeah, more, for sure. I get bored. I get
That's
so
so crazy
freaking
to
bored.
me.
Like, yeah, no. Like, the only job that didn't bore me was the flight attendant job.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you guys decided to live with me full time, then I was like, obviously that's not going to work, so bye. But yeah, no, I've had so many jobs, and like, I tried so many different things, but they just don't keep my attention. So when I worked at the pizza place, I had to like make salads and make hoagies and all this stupid stuff. And I mean, it worked, but it was fine. But I just am not good at being confined to one little spot. And I was like, I don't even know what had happened. I was just like, there was something had happened with the manager or something. And I was like, I'm leaving or whatever. And he said, if you walk out that door, don't ever come back. And I was like, thank you. And I walked out.
Didn't you also do that when you worked at can I say the name of the restaurant? It's not local.
If it's
There's
a
bunch
chain.
of them. Frisch's?
Oh, no, that one I just.
Walked out.
You know.
Didn't you only work there for a day?
No. I worked there for a little bit in the drive-thru. But here's the problem on that. I was bullied really bad in high school, y'all. And then this girl kept coming through the freaking drive-thru because she thought I had a thing with her boyfriend, which we were literally just friends because girls were assholes to me in high school. And so I was just friends with this guy, which I'm not going to say his name because she's crazy. can't see, and she's probably still watching. But hey, girl. So anyways, she would come through the freaking drive-thru, and she would like giggle and cackle with her little friend and everything. And it was just so much because I've always had anxiety, but like my mom was poor and my parents didn't have the money, so I had no choice but to work. So I was sucking it up until I couldn't suck it up no more. But here's the thing. I always had another job lined up. So I would leave one just to go to another one. So I was never really without money or a job. But yeah, and at the time, I was like 16 or 17, just FYI. So turns out I was getting a raise too. I'd been doing so good. But I could not handle once she found out that I worked at Frisch's. She literally made my life hell. So she would come through the drive-thru and just, it was awful. And I would sweat. I would armpit sweat and I would stutter, and it was just too freaking much. And so I left for 15, literally got in my car and drove down the highway and never looked back, only to find out from a girl at school. She's like, you didn't come back and they were giving you $1 raise.
Dang, $1's a lot.
Back in the 90s, it was
Even
huge.
now, $1 is a lot, because now people are like, oh, I'm going to give you a 25-cent raise. It's going to do so much for you. I'm like, girl, what is that going to do for me?
That's
What?
not going to do jack crap.
No, it's not.
No,
25
it was a
cents?
whopping $1 raise because I got shopped, is what it was called. They'd come through and you'd be shopped by somebody, and if you were upselling like an apple pie through the drive-thru, yeah. But I ended up going back there and I tried being a waitress. So I wasn't. They took me back after I quit that other job after that,
Oh my god.
which is at a go-kart place.
What?
There was a go-kart place, and so I worked there. That was fun, but again, I got bored. Oh.
And I wonder why that I am always like, I just want to work at all the weird random places just for the experience.
Yeah.
Let me list off all of my jobs. Okay, ready? Of course, babysitter before I could have a real job. Then I was a birthday party coordinator at a kid's birthday place. Then I nannied. Then I worked at I did like Instacart delivery. I did an ice cream place. Stop messing with that, please. That's just making my ears louder. Sorry, my mom is starting to swirl buttons on our little. She's getting bored, guys. She started swirling buttons on our little podcast.
I was trying to
she made
sure
my
your mic
headphones
was
all
working.
loud. Yes, my microphone's working. Oh, sorry, guys.
There, now it's definitely working. You want to clap?
No.
Okay.
Okay, what all have I said?
The party coordinator and the babysitting.
Nanny.
You've not had a lot.
I've had like 10 jobs, I think.
No, you haven't.
Let me think. Okay, I babysat. I party coordinated. Then I switched to a nanny. Then I worked at an ice cream place.
Wait, what ice cream place?
The soft serve
Oh,
place.
you're right. And
On the truck.
yeah, you're right. I forgot of that one.
And then I also did Instacart delivery right before I started the ice cream place. Then the ice cream place closed, and I had quit nannying at that point. So then I worked at a fish market.
Yes, you did.
Guys,
I forgot about that.
It's like half restaurant, half fish counter. It was probably the weirdest job I ever had. Very, very nice people run it, though, and very good food, and they have, like, the best broccoli ever. Anyways.
They really do have great food.
Oh, yeah. So I worked there. Oh, and the chips with the Texas caviar. So good. Okay, so I worked there, and then I worked at Subway.
Then you were
Then I was a hairdresser / lash technician. And then... Oh, I also was a nanny again for a different family. And then I started door dashing and Instacarting again, but I'm just going to count door dashing, so that's my 10th job. Well, and I was doing that along with my other jobs. And then back to the cosmetology industry where I'm at now. So this is technically my 11th place of work.
Well, you know what I've realized through all my jobs? I can't handle dealing with people.
See?
It makes me so anxious. It makes me literally want to vomit.
Okay, I get that sometimes. But here's my thing. Like, all of the guests that I see at my current job, I love my guests. They're so funny. Most of them. Not most of them are so funny. I love most of them. Some of them are, I'm like, what is going on here?
Some of the stories. Oh, God.
I have some stories, but I don't want to tell them while I'm still actively seeing these people.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I really enjoy a lot of my guests. They're really funny. I love talking to them. That's really awesome, and that's, like, the best part of my job. That's it. That's the good part. That's the only good part.
Yeah. See, like, for me, though, like, I think that's why I enjoyed being a flight attendant. It's because I wasn't stuck in one spot for 8 hours
And
dealing with
ever
the same
changing.
people. Yeah. Everything was changing. Plus, keep in mind, I was on literally a 50-passenger plane. So I was
50
the
people
only,
to make friends with.
Yeah, and I was the only flight attendant, so I didn't have to deal with any coworkers other than the pilots, which I had them locked up front. I didn't deal with them if I didn't want to, you know.
You
so
say that as though you locked them in there.
I did technically. I mean, they could get out if they wanted.
No, you stay in there.
Get in your box.
Fly this plane.
But like that was it, you know? And so if we only had 15 passengers, I gave you your drink, I picked up your trash. I was there strictly for your safety and your safety only. And that was it. You know, it was great. I'd read my smut magazines in the corner and I'd play on the phone. Like, it was a good, fun time.
Your BlackBerry?
Yes.
Why?
The little snake game. On the Razor. I had the Razor when I started and then eventually was able to get the BlackBerry.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the only job where I still got anxious and sick, but because I wasn't constantly like having someone in front of me at all times. God, if I had to name off the jobs that I had.
Would you be able to do them?
Let's start.
Okay.
I started working at 15. Kenny Rogers Roasters. Got bored. I went to 10 Below.
10 Below?
It
Is that
was-
like an older Five Below?
Probably, but it only sold clothes and accessories, and
okay.
everything literally was $10 or below.
Okay.
And I thought that job was going to be so freaking fun. Like, so fun. And I was like, oh my gosh, fashion. Like, I can style things. Boring as sin. And I remember I would literally bring in the palest powder I had, and I'd go to the, like, I'm sure this lady obviously had to pick up on it, the manager, and I would go to the bathroom, and I would put all this pale powder on my face, and I'm like, I'd come out, and I'm like, I'm so sick. I can't stay. I gotta leave early. I gotta call my dad
Oh my
to
God.
come and get me. She's like, you're that sick? Oh, my stomach hurts so bad. And I would leave, and again, never come back. Just mail me my, because see, this is what I learned. They have to mail you your paycheck after a certain amount of time. So I'd get my money. I just have to wait sometimes for that whopping $50. But yeah. Let's see. Where did I go from there? Gold Star.
Okay.
Worked at 2 different. Actually, I had that job for a really long time. That wasn't too bad. I don't know why, but it wasn't bad. I liked working there. Probably because of the food. Like the food.
The cheese.
Yes. The cheese is so,
Gold Star and Skyline cheese. It's like the best cheese ever.
it truly is.
But not if you buy it at the store. Like if you
No.
buy it at Kroger, no. It has to be strictly from a location of Skyline or Gold Star.
Do you know why?
Because it's finer graded.
It's freshly grated. Well, I don't know if they do it there anymore. But back in the day, like when I worked there, we had a cheese grater and we had to grate it by hand. Not by hand. You put it through the machine.
Oh, okay.
It was really good. Same with the onions. Like the onions hit different. Everything hits different from there. And if you buy it in the store, not the same.
Nope.
Um,
Well, you know what? Becca and I have this cheese grater, though, that we had a different cheese grater, and she didn't like it. And so I got her one, I got her a regular Valentine's Day gift, but then I found this one at TJ Maxx, so I just kind of threw it in with all her other gifts. And she opened it, she was like, a cheese grater. And I was like, it's because you don't like the other one we have. It looks like a cowbell, but it has one that has like tiny little holes on it.
Yes.
So it makes your cheese taste
Nice, like-
so similar.
yes.
It's the best.
I got it one that hooks to your KitchenAid. You can get one for your KitchenAid and push it through there, and it grates it.
I think we added that to the wedding registry.
Okay, so I got that for Christmas one year or something. It works really, really good. Really good. So anyways, then I had Frisch's.
Okay.
Then I had the go-kart in place.
Then back to Frisch's?
Then back to Frisch's.
Okay.
Then the pizza joint.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Stuff in between. Then service merchandise. Then Discovery Channel. Then in the warehouse and in the customer service. Then I was a bank teller.
Okay.
Oh, and then I worked at CBS Personnel.
What's that?
It was like a place that puts you in different businesses that need help, extra help.
Oh.
So I worked at Fidelity Investments. And I got in trouble because I couldn't sit still at the desk. I'd be like, I gotta go to the bathroom again. And they're like, why do you have to go to the bathroom again?
You genuinely have a small bladder.
I do, but I was bored out of my mind. They stuck me in a cubicle and I wanted to climb the walls.
Yeah, I could see that.
It was so bad. Then I worked at this other place. I'm not going to say because they're small. So, but I was a receptionist.
Okay, it was like, what, was it like a restaurant?
It was a rehab center for people. Yeah, that was a hard one too. But I did get to talk a lot. The problem is you're also supposed to answer the phone.
Oh, yeah.
So phone calls were not being...
Very anxiety inducing.
Yeah. Where did I get from there?
Was I born yet at this point?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I went through jobs like
Nobody's
underwear.
business, apparently.
And then when I had you, I like hunkered down and had my shit together a little bit.
When I was born, my mom was a nanny. And I would get to go to work with her because she'd been working for this family for a little while before I was born. And, oh, I just croaked. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm going to restart that. Okay. So, when I was born, my mom was a nanny. And when she had me as a baby, she would take me to work with her because she was able to, and it was really cool. And I have a lot of memories of being at those people's house. And my one that I shared with one of my clients at work the other day is that I used to go into their refrigerator. I would take their feta cheese.
It was only the feta that you would take out of there.
It was only the feta cheese. And I would go and sit behind and crouch down behind their couch and just munch it like the whole container of cheese.
You went nuts. And the funny thing was you were lactose intolerant.
What?
Yeah.
Am I still?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. It would curdle, milk would curdle in your belly and you'd puke it all back out. But for some reason, now that I'm thinking about feta cheese didn't do that to you. But...
This is like the time that I forgot that I was diagnosed with autism, and then you brought it up so casually, and this is life changing to me. This is a whole other thing, and you know why? Because I am also gluten intolerant. And
yeah.
I like.
Well, we found that out too because of your cousin who's gluten intolerant.
Yeah, apparently I used to be lactose intolerant, and I don't know if I still am. How do you find out if you're lactose intolerant? Just milk just hurts your tummy? I thought that was just, like...
No, it does.
A feeling. Like, I thought that's just sometimes I drink too much.
I don't know, because I quit giving you guys milk a long time ago.
I still bake with milk, and sometimes I make it with hot chocolate, and it just makes my stomach hurt, but I just thought that I drink too much milk. With hot chocolate, like it's too warm. It's too much, and my stomach's so full.
See, I don't know because I had switched over to almond milk.
But what about cheese?
Well, do certain cheeses mess you up? Because the white cheeses, like the feta cheeses, never messed with you. Those didn't mess with you.
Cubes.
Swiss cheese didn't mess with you, and I don't think mozzarella messed with you. It was everything that was orange that messed with you, cheese-wise.
What the freaking heck, you guys? You guys are discovering this with me. Apparently, I maybe still am lactose intolerant. I don't know.
Well, do you, when you were a baby and the doctor, when you took formula and everything, we had to have, I think it was a soy-based formula that didn't have milk in it. Because you literally would projectile vomit like poltergeist.
What the freaking heck, Mom?
What? And then when the doctor's like, go ahead, give her milk. And I was like, oh, this stinks. Because you literally was like, reflux it back up.
Stop, that's disgusting.
So then I switched over to like almond milk for you, and you were fine.
Buy oat milk.
Oh, I don't know.
Oat milk, I know, I heard that, but it's fine. Oat milk doesn't typically affect me, I don't think, because it's oats.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, I was giving you almond milk for a good long time.
My soul feels crushed.
Why?
I love cheese.
I mean.
Okay, anyways. So
that is fine.
You worked at a rehab place. Where'd you work after that?
I can't tell you. It's top secret.
Oh, okay. Where'd you work after that one then?
Oh, after that?
Yes.
You weren't born yet? I left to be a nanny. Okay, I started with them in, I think, 99 or the end of 98. Like, it was probably...
I think our oldest is a year or two older than me.
Well, she was only like 1 when we started. No, she wasn't even 1, now that I think. She was like 8 months old, 7 months old. And the way that they wanted to see if we connected is, no, she was like 6 months old. Mm-hmm. And they just plopped her on my lap. Mm-hmm. That was it. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I've always gotten along with babies much better than adults. Yeah. So it was great. And they pretty much offered me the job that night. And turns out we had the exact same birthday, her and I.
Aww.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, yeah. Her and I had the exact same birthday. We were exactly like, I want to say, like 20 years apart or something like that. I don't remember. But anyways, and, yeah, because I must have been there. I guess I was there almost 2 years when I had you.
Okay.
And then that's when I got my ish together. And then I didn't have another job after that. I stayed a nanny until your brother was born. Mm-hmm. And, well, I quit after I had you. And then I went back. They were like, please come back. And so I came back. And then I had her brother. And then I was a stay-at-home mom from then on out until the divorce. And then I became a flight attendant. And then I sold jewelry. And then I worked in the corporate world. And now I work for myself.
Yeah.
But no, I got it together. It is. From the time I was, 20 to 15 to, oh my God, 5 years. And I started working at 15. Mm-hmm. That's embarrassing.
A lot of jobs in 5 years.
Oh, I worked at Bath and Body Works too. I forgot about that.
When?
It was before you. And before my receptionist job. Yeah, I forgot about that. It smelled so good, but it was so boring. It was so freaking boring. Oh my God. Boring in public, I just can't do. Like, I have to... Well, even here, like, working for myself, like, as a content creator, social media and all of that stuff, like, editing days kill me. I want to scream. And my husband works from home, so I will bebop downstairs.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? He's like, editing, huh? I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to go crazy. So, yeah. It's a whole thing. Yeah. But, wow.
Well, I guess I really don't have that much room to talk, because I've been working since 16, and I'm 23.
But I don't think that's bad. And you're always so good and responsible. Like, you never call in sick to work unless you're legitimately sick. Do you know how many times your great-grandparents passed away when I worked? I was that kind of worker.
Oh, I was like, no. I thought that they didn't. I don't know. No. They all just keeled over and died
repeatedly. I lost my grandfather again.
You're awful for that.
I was horrible. I would never, ever say that now, because I would never put that into the mother trucking universe. God rest their souls. But they were here. I sure was. Oh, my grandmother's sick again. I can't come in. I'm so sorry. I'm throwing myself into, judgment-free zone.
I felt guilty when my dad's cousin passed away, and I had to take off work to go to the funeral.
Okay, but that was real. I know it was
real, but I was like, these people, that simply aren't gonna survive without me. Even though
See, you
I'm
take
just
after
a
your
sandwich artist. I'm not even a manager.
See, you take after your dad there because he's very much like a really good. Thank God,
Really?
that is one thing that you
Because
three
he
took.
will call off
after-
work like that to go fishing or hunting.
Oh, well, then he's changed because when we were together, like, that man would literally have a nervous breakdown if he was late for work.
Oh, me, every day.
Yeah, well, you three are such good workers and you're so responsible. You're always on time. You're always punctual. Like, my kids take
I'm
their
never
jobs.
on time and I'm always late. To
You're
everything
freaking
but work.
lying. Oh, okay. I was like, no,
I'm
no, no.
always early or right on time to work. Sometimes I'm like 2 minutes late, but I get there 30 minutes early to set up, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But, like, all three of my kids, I'm totally going to brag on this, are always so punctual and on time, and they take their job seriously. Like
And
I
if
said,
we're
I
late-
was horrible.
And if we're late, when I lived here and my mom would have to drive me to work before I could drive. Mom, we need to go. Oh, I hit my purse. Oh, Mom, we need to go. We need to leave right now. We're going to be late. Well, if you're going to be late, you should have been ready sooner, Haley. I lost track of time. We have to go right now. Still shows up 5 minutes early, running inside. I'm late. You're not late. Just go inside.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm so anxious about being late to work and getting in trouble because I'm such a people pleaser that, like, it makes me want to throw up. And I genuinely think sometimes that stress is going to give me stomach ulcers because I get so stressed, especially, like, with one of the jobs I have currently. I get so stressed about my time management with it that I, like, have physically gotten ill.
See, that's not good.
I know it's not good.
See, that's why we need y'all's help to get this channel monetized. My poor baby child needs this. And we're not trying to spill no mother trucking tea, but, like, please.
When I don't work there anymore, maybe we can make a whole episode about it.
There
Oh my
will
gosh.
most definitely be a series. A
whole
series on that. But yeah, no, I'm really glad that you guys did not take that after me because I was not, like I said, I was not a good worker. Uh-oh, our battery's going.
Well, it's all right because it's about time to end this one. So
Hope you guys let us know what y'all's experiences were. So check us out on our social medias. And you know, like I said, I really think it had to do with my anxiety and my ADHD is why I struggled so hard to hold jobs like that.
Yeah.
Because now I'm fine. Now I'm like a workaholic to a point. You know, like I'm better about my work-life balance. Yes. But finding that struggle.
yeah.
So let us know. Follow us on our social medias for sure. Please make sure to follow us over on Spotify and to rank us. It only works for 5 stars. Nothing under that.
And thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Unconditional Hot Mess. And hopefully we will see y'all on our next episode.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you so much.
The awkward crickets chirping.
And until next time, kisses from Kentucky.
Mwah.
Bye.